If you are not being told no enough, you're not really living, in my opinion. You're not really living, you're not really going out there, okay? And you're not really going after that which lights your soul on fire. And we all deserve to live a life that lights our soul and our asses on fire. Everything's brewing right now, conspiring to work out for you. How many of you experience having the fear of being rejected, right? That is something that is so real for me, and I just want to get real and personal real quick. But I have always been extremely terrified of getting no's in my life, okay? Any kind of no, any kind of judgment, right, would mean that it's such a big hit on my ego that I wouldn't know if I would be able to handle it, okay? And so I haven't done a podcast in 2 weeks. I skipped a week. And during the 2 weeks, I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about how to overcome the fear of rejection. Okay. And the answer and the secret is it's all in your perspective when you hear the word no. Okay. I'm 31. So about 6 years ago, 5 years ago, at 25, 26, that was when I first realized that I had been so good all my life at running away from situations and circumstances where I could have been told no. Okay. So because I had the fear of rejection, as if a no really defines my worth. But I know it really, really feels like it does, right? When someone's like, no, I don't want you, like, for a job, or hey, no, I don't want that, whatever you're offering. It's so easy to make it about you. It's so easy to make it about me. It's so easy to get into my head and to think, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. And as I'm saying this right now, like, it's feeling really, really real. Okay. But the cool thing is we get to overcome that. All right. We get to make no mean something different, and not the fact that it's got something to do with our worth, that we're really not good enough. Okay. So where this is stemming from is an internal fear or belief that you're really not good enough. And every no would just justify that you're not good enough, right? So that's where it's coming from for me. And I realized that. And I have successfully ran away from so many opportunities, right? So many events, so many circumstances. I just don't want to hear no, all right? Because back then I really couldn't handle it, all right? Back then I would have used anything I could find, drugs, whatever, right? Should I have admitted that? Right here on Raw Honey, we are real, we are raw, we are vulnerable. I would have ran to alcohol. I would have ran to whatever I could find, okay? To kind of numb out the pain of this deep insecurity of not being enough and not worthy. But that was then, and this is now. And I have learned through so many great coaches and so many great people, through so many great books, that your worth is not tied to how someone else perceives you. And if you're putting yourself out there, you are risking being told no. If you are not being told no enough, you're not really living, in my opinion. You're not really living. You're not really going out there. Okay. And you're not really going after that which lights your soul on fire. And we all deserve to live a life that lights our soul and our asses on fire. Okay. But the fear of rejection is what stops many, 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 many people from reaching for that which they deserve. Okay. And I fell victim to that mindset and that perspective for most of my life. Recently, I'm just like, I get to overcome this because it is not serving me. Okay, my mind can make up stories about how, you know what, I don't need to, I'm fine where I'm at. But like, no, my inner self knows better than that. I know better than to just sit my ass and be comfortable somewhere just because I'm afraid of being told no. So I was given a challenge this past week to go out, offer my services, and the goal is to get 25 no's. And that shook me to the core because, as I said, I've always been afraid of hearing no. But all successful entrepreneurs, all successful people have been told no multiple times in their lives. We can look at these successful companies like Disney and Starbucks. And if you really look into it, each company was told no numerous times, right? So many that, like, if it was me, I don't know if I would be able to continue on because it would hit my ego so bad, right? However, I am learning to reframe the no's, okay? There's so many ways in which you can look at no's other than, oh, I'm not good enough. They just said no to me. They just rejected me, right? But let's take a moment to reframe real quick. When someone is saying no, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to themselves. Okay, there's something going on in their world right now where they just don't feel like it's the right thing for their life right now. And everybody has the right to choose, right? And everybody's got their own fears and insecurities and all of that, right? So when they're saying no, they're really saying no to themselves. Okay, number one. Number two, when they're saying no, it could be a no for now, but a yes for later. Okay. Number three, if you really knew your worth, a no wouldn't affect you like that because tied to number three, we get to be neutral about everything. Everything that happens, every yes, every no is a neutral. Okay. It does not define who we are, how we show up, our character, like our belief systems, our belief in our self worth, all of that matters, but a no does not. Okay. So if you feel like you are meant to do something bigger, to go for something that's scary, that's out in the unknown, that's in the dark, number one, it's going to scare you. Your mind is going to tell you you're not good enough. Okay. But what are you going to do after your mind tells you that? Because I can guarantee you, I don't care where you are in life right now, whenever you go for something bigger, you are going to feel anxious. You are going to get scared, but that only means that you're on the right path. Okay. If you're not scared by your goals, they're probably not big enough. Okay. So as humans, we have a protective mechanism that's going to try to get us to stay out of harm's way, right? And in this case, our ego thinks that we're not equipped or strong enough to handle the emotions that come with the rejection. But what if you told yourself that yes, you can handle it, and actually it has nothing to do with you? A no has nothing to do with you, okay? And that's what I am beginning to learn, which has allowed me to take massive actions to achieve results that I didn't think was possible. Okay. The fact of the matter is, your worth is independent of a yes or a no, and we get to be neutral about everything. We decide what meaning to give to each thing that happens in our life. Okay. And so give it a good meaning, give it a great perspective. Okay. If you're not hearing no's enough, then you're probably too comfortable. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know you deserve more and you get to go out there. And each no, right, just gets you closer to a yes. Absolutely. And the more you practice hearing no, the better you get at processing these no's and bouncing back from these no's. Okay. With each no that you get in the beginning and all the feelings of unworthiness, not good enough, not worthy, you're not meant to do this, people don't like you, you're being rejected. The more those feelings come, the more practice you have at learning to overcome them. Because I promise you, they have nothing to do with you, like absolutely nothing to do with you. And so get out there, go after the no's, and watch how your life changes. Because I promise you, it has nothing to do with your worth. Because you are whole, perfect, and complete as you are right now. Okay, and I know it's not going to change that. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see y'all for episode 39.